Welcome to Beyond Buzz. Have you ever wondered what happens when you give nature a little push? We did. The question lingered in our minds for months, sparking endless debates and late-night discussions. What if with a single intervention we could witness the unfolding of an ecological story never told before? The possibilities were as thrilling as they were daunting. We stood on the deck of our research vessel, the salty wind whipping around us, hearts pounding with anticipation. Before us lay Isla Perdida, a pristine, untouched island, its emerald canopy rising from the blue expanse like a secret waiting to be revealed. It was a place few had ever set foot on, a blank canvas for nature's next chapter. Our mission was as ambitious as it was simple. Introduce 1,000 red land crabs to this isolated ecosystem. These weren't just any crabs, they were the key players in an experiment that could change our understanding of how life adapts and thrives. These crabs are ecosystem engineers, creatures capable of reshaping their environment in profound ways. Their burrowing, foraging, and movement could alter the very fabric of the island, influencing plants, soil, and even other animals. Months of meticulous planning, computer simulations, and endless paperwork for permits had led us to this moment. Every detail was scrutinized, every risk weighed. We had mapped out scenarios, prepared for surprises, and debated every possible outcome. We believed we were ready for anything, but deep down we knew that nature always has its own script. The unpredictability of the wild is what makes it so fascinating, and so humbling. Our goal was to create a living laboratory, a place where we could watch ecological adaptation unfold in real time. We wanted to see how the crabs would interact with their new world, and how the island would respond to its newest inhabitants. Cameras, sensors, and a dedicated team of scientists were in place to document every moment. We would record every burrow dug, every plant nibbled, every unexpected twist in the story. As the sun set before the release, a sense of responsibility settled over us. We weren't just observers, we were participants in a grand experiment, stewards of a delicate balance. Below deck, the crabs waited, a restless army eager to explore their new home. Their energy was palpable, a living force ready to surge onto the island's untouched shores. The island was quiet, its beaches and forests undisturbed, the stage perfectly set for what we would soon call the Crab Island Experiment. Every leaf, every grain of sand, was about to become part of a new story. We stood at the edge of the unknown, on the brink of discovery. The air was thick with anticipation, our minds racing with questions and hopes for what we might learn. Our hearts pounded with the thrill of what was to come. This was more than science, it was the beginning of a bold new chapter, not just for us, but for the island, the crabs, and the story of life itself. Why crabs? Red land crabs are nature's gardeners, aerating soil and recycling nutrients. Isla Perdida's soil was compacted, its undergrowth choked with decaying matter. We hypothesized that introducing crabs would jumpstart the island's natural cycles. Our models predicted improved soil and a healthier forest floor within months. The island was naturally contained, making escape unlikely. We chose only male crabs. No chance of reproduction, or so we thought. The island's main residents, lizards, insects, and seabirds, wouldn't compete with the crabs. We aimed for balance, not disruption. All 1,000 crabs were checked, males only, a built-in failsafe. The experiment had a clear end date, but that single decision, our cleverest safety measure, would soon haunt us. Nature, as always, had surprises in store. The morning of the release was electric, filled with anticipation and a sense of purpose. The sun rose slowly, casting a golden hue over the island, as if nature itself was preparing for the spectacle about to unfold. We carefully loaded the wooden crates onto the boats, each one containing precious cargo. As we landed on the island's sandy cove, the air was thick with excitement. The researchers moved with precision, each step bringing us closer to the moment we had all been waiting for. Temporary fencing was meticulously set up to guide the crabs toward the forest. This pathway was crucial, ensuring the crabs would find their way to their new home without straying off course. Cameras rolled as I opened the first crate. One crab peeked out, then another, then a river of red. It was a mesmerizing sight, the crabs emerging in a steady stream, each one eager to explore the new world before them. They moved with purpose, heading for the cool shade of the trees. It was as if they instinctively knew where they belonged, their movements synchronized in a dance of nature. Crate after crate, the beach became a moving carpet of crimson. The sheer number of crabs was astounding, a testament to the success of our efforts and the resilience of these creatures. Within an hour, the crabs vanished into the jungle, leaving only tracks behind. These tracks were like signatures on the sand, marking the beginning of their new journey. The release was flawless, the crabs behaved exactly as hoped. Our meticulous planning had paid off, and the sight of the crabs disappearing into the jungle filled us with a deep sense of satisfaction. Our team cheered. We had launched the Crab Island experiment. It was a moment of triumph, a culmination of months of hard work and dedication. As we packed up, the island was quiet again, but now teeming with new life. The tranquility of the beach was a stark contrast to the vibrant activity that had just taken place. The adventure had truly begun. We knew that this was just the first step in a long journey, one that would be filled with discoveries and challenges. We felt a profound sense of accomplishment. The smiles and handshakes among the team were a testament to the camaraderie and shared vision that had brought us here. But the real story was just beginning. The island held secrets yet to be uncovered, and the crabs were now a part of its unfolding narrative. We were eager to see what the future would hold. The first 72 hours were a scientist's dream. The crabs immediately began foraging and burrowing, thinning the forest floor and aerating the soil. Sensors showed the ground becoming less compacted, benefiting plant roots. Our data confirmed the crabs were efficient ecosystem engineers. We observed them climbing vines for fresh leaves, unexpected behavior. Native wildlife seemed unbothered. Lizards and birds kept their distance. The island absorbed its new residents with quiet grace. Each day, we logged perfect data and celebrated our success. The gentle clicking of crabs became the soundtrack of our camp. We felt in control, proud of our well-executed plan. But as we sat around the campfire, we had no idea what was coming. The calm was about to be shattered. Nature was about to rewrite our script. The shift began with crab tracks on a rocky outcrop we thought was inaccessible. Soon, more tracks appeared, leading up sheer cliffs toward the ocean. Drone footage revealed groups of crabs scaling cliffs, heading for the sea. This behavior wasn't in any scientific literature. Panic set in. Our natural barriers were failing. The crabs were stronger, more daring than we'd imagined. We rushed to the cliffs and found hundreds of crabs in a mass exodus. They coordinated, moving with singular purpose toward the waves. Our attempts to intervene were futile. Instinct had taken over. We were no longer observers, but participants in a frantic chase. The thrill of discovery turned to fear of failure. Our controlled experiment had gone wild. The crabs were rewriting the rules. Instinct had overpowered our best-laid plans. As the crabs marched to the sea, the island changed rapidly. Their relentless burrowing destabilized the lagoon banks, collapsing sections overnight. Lizard habitats were destroyed, forcing them into the open. The balance we'd observed vanished. The ecosystem tipped. Seabirds struggled as crabs devoured insects and grubs, depleting food sources. The chain reaction was undeniable. Every species was affected. On day 10, a massive ficus tree fell, its roots hollowed by crab tunnels. Our gardeners had become demolition experts. The island was being aggressively re-engineered before our eyes. The crab's march to the ocean was a mystery that had puzzled us for weeks, until Dr. Eris Thorne, our lead marine biologist, sat down to review hours of underwater footage. The rhythmic movement of the crabs, their unwavering determination, and the sheer scale of their migration left us both fascinated and perplexed. What was driving this sudden coordinated exodus? As Dr. Thorne meticulously examined the recordings, he noticed something unusual: tiny larvae clinging to the undersides of several crabs. It was a detail so subtle, it could have easily been missed. These were unmistakably female crabs, each carrying precious cargo. Somehow, females had been released into what was supposed to be an all-male population, an oversight that would soon prove to be monumental. Our carefully controlled experiment had been upended by a simple mistake, a mislabeled crate. The supposed all-male group was, in fact, a mixed population. This revelation changed everything we thought we knew about the crabs' behavior and the purpose of their migration. The crabs weren't fleeing or searching for food as we had hypothesized. Instead, they were following a powerful, ancient instinct: the drive to spawn. Their journey was not one of escape, but of life's renewal, a ritual as old as the species itself. We watched in awe as the female crabs released clouds of larvae into the sea. Instantly, the water came alive, with a frenzy of fish, drawn by the sudden abundance of food. The release of larvae triggered a spectacular feeding event, transforming the quiet coastal waters into a bustling hub of activity. This unexpected event set off a chain reaction, creating a temporary but vibrant food web just off the island's coast. Predatory fish, opportunistic feeders, and even seabirds joined the feast, each playing a role in this dynamic, ecological moment. Even more astonishing was what happened next. Adult crabs, usually thought to abandon their young, began using their powerful claws to fend off hungry fish, actively protecting the vulnerable larvae. This level of parental care had never been documented in this species before, challenging everything we thought we knew about their behavior. we found ourselves witnessing a complex and delicate ecological interaction, a true partnership between the crabs and their offspring. The adults' protective actions gave the larvae a fighting chance, while the larvae's presence attracted a wealth of marine life, enriching the ecosystem. What began as a failed experiment quickly transformed into an unprecedented opportunity for discovery. Our mistake had opened a window into a hidden world, revealing behaviors and relationships we never imagined. The initial shock of our error soon gave way to awe and excitement. We realized we were witnessing a phenomenon that had never been recorded, a living testament to nature's unpredictability and resilience. In that moment it became clear, nature had forged an unexpected alliance. The crabs, their offspring, and the surrounding marine life were all interconnected in ways we were only beginning to understand. The story of the island had grown far beyond the boundaries of our original experiment. It had become a tale of adaptation, cooperation, and the remarkable surprises that nature holds. Standing on the shore, watching the unfolding drama, we were deeply humbled. Our role as observers reminded us that, in the grand scheme of things, nature is always the greatest teacher. The Crab Island experiment taught us more through failure than success. Nature's complexity and unpredictability humbled us. Our belief in control was shattered by a simple human error. The crabs followed ancient instincts, not our plans. We saw firsthand how a single species can rapidly reshape a landscape. The consequences, good and bad, were impossible to predict. The crabs' behavior, especially their parental care, was a scientific revelation. Our mistake led to discoveries we never could have planned. We left with a new respect for the wild and the responsibility of intervention. Sometimes, the greatest discoveries come from chaos, not control.